C-Town, stand up. We're back at the lunch table, Seattle's #1 source for hip-hop news and discussion. I'm Caj Encee with M-Pyre and Feez the Germ. Back at you another week, man.
Yeah.
We're going to dive right into it, man. First topic we got of the week, man. We talked about it a little bit. Raz, when Raz sat down with us, he touched on it very, very quickly. But we didn't dive too deep into it. But one thing that he pointed out was, does the hip-hop community, do we hold ourselves back, as everyone that's a part of it, by constantly scrutinizing the age of artists?
Definitely.
Speak on it.
Personally, I feel like I had a conversation with someone once, and they were like, this artist will always ask me, I'm not going to give him any clout, but he always asks me, he said, Feez, how old are you? Feez, how old are you? I'm like, bruh, you only like 4 years behind me, my G. Like, bruh, like, chill. And I realized some people, like, I told him my age, and he was like, oh, you're an old head. I'm like, I'm an old head when I'm not even 35, 40, 45, any of that. And when they figure out your age, they feel you're not in competition with them anymore. You're pretty much past your prime. And in all reality, it's not, that's not the case. Is that I'm on a higher ground than you. I'm touching something different compared to, you won't understand until you get to that point. Mm-hmm. And I feel that age should not have to do anything with, that shouldn't have to do anything with most of this music, truthfully. It depends on, it's music for everybody. Look at Jay-Z, he's what, 47 years old? You have 2 Chainz, he's what, 41?
Yeah.
You have so many artists out here that's in their late 30s, early 40s, late 40s. There's a musician, an actor, as long as you're in the entertainment business, there's no age. There's no such thing as age. You can't be out here wearing no dang skinny jeans at 45 and wearing, highlight green, T-shirts and all that, trying to fit in with the culture. That's the younger generation, of course. But I feel that age just has nothing to do with this, bro. Like, I feel that your talent and your consistency on a business level should keep you relevant, not the age. It should not separate that.
The one thing is, I think, you have to have longevity to be able to get where Jay is at, to be able to get where anyone who's been sustainable for a long time, that you have to have been on. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you could start old and then get popping in the old, during the old age. I think you had to have been there. You know what I'm saying? I don't think you could start at 36.
Nah.
Start at 36.
It's like cigarettes, man. We got to catch them while they're young. You
gotta catch it so early.
You gotta have a rapport with people behind the scenes or that's on the scene from day one. That way, when you hit in a later age, the come up is a little easier. Like I said, 2 Chainz, for example, he was in the background for.
He was with Wayne in them for a long time.
He had to change his name. He had to change his brand.
He was
a couple of times.
TD2 Chainz.
I was TD. The one thing I don't like though is it's super limiting. To have a sustainable career. It's so he's old. We can't even listen to him because he's this age. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's just pretty crazy.
Depending on what your content is, though, because if you're talking about street material, you're talking about, pushing this, pushing that, moving this, mixing that. I mean, that's for everybody that's on their hustle. Or someone that wants to wake up motivated. Look at Rick Ross, for example. When he came out, I was in 7th, 8th grade originally, when he came out with the song with Trina and all. And he came back out when we were in high school. You feel me? But this time, this is more polished, seasoned, experienced, boss, Rick Ross. And when we got that, what's been going on since? He's been dropping good music, but is he in the front leading the rush? Nah. So you do have a point about that when you said that you can't start late and expect longevity from there. I feel that's what he's suffering from at this point.
It's hip hop's a young man's game.
It's
a young man's sport. The fans, the hardcore fans are younger. The artists that are resonated are younger, and I think when you put new sounds out there or catch a wave, you got to be on some new stuff. You got to kind of build off of what's already been and then take it somewhere else. And I think as artists or as anyone grows up, they get more set in their ways. And you can't, you build a brand, you build something you're known for, and you can't necessarily just break it down and reinvent yourself over and over again completely. And I think that's where even producers, the Timberlands, the Dre's, they get to that point where they stop putting out as much. Mm-hmm. Even Jay, who's been around, he doesn't put out as much because he can't really innovate full albums that are going to keep him at his same tier. He has to space out the tours, space out the releases, drop the verses, which have gotten better with time. In my mind,
Yeah.
Jay's gotten even better.
Yeah, he's definitely.
But we're also, seeing the first generation of rappers that, like, we're one of the first generations that grew up, like, when we were young, rap already existed. For pretty much, I think, all of our lives, rap had already existed. And when we were really in our youth, our middle school, high school, is when rap was really at its full mainstream infiltration.
Right.
And so now as fans, we're growing up, and certain rappers that can change their subject material, like a Jay, that can still talk about, flipping weight or making money, and it's like, okay, we know he did that in the streets. Okay, we know he did that in the industry. Okay, now we know he's doing that on a grown man level. So now it makes sense with his brand, and we grew up with him, so he can land in there. But like a little Uzi Vert, in 30 years, he's still going to be talking about turning up. Juice WRLD still talking about Zans. Like, that's not going to work. That's going to run out.
Definitely have to have evolution.
That's going to run out.
But that's why I respect the 444 album, because it was a strong show of growth, you know what I mean?
100%.
Like, especially for, young men that are in relationships, committed relationships, men that want to think about enterprising. It doesn't matter if you're black, white, Asian, Cambodian, whatever the case may be. It's all about growth for you. And I think that's what you got to do to stay within this culture. Keep your legs fresh, but also, give gems out. You know what I mean? You want to teach people how to enterprise. First, it's all about being young and reckless, wild, whatever. Then after that, it's about growth. You know what I mean? Like, what can you give us now? And I feel that's what Jay does with his material for us. Like you were saying, like, he just continuously gives you gems. Like, here's how you grow from there. Here's how you grow from there. If you're not doing this yet, you taking out money tree loans, or you taking money out your 401k just to do this on a gram and all that. Come on, man, that's not in your bracket anymore. You could have did that 10 years ago, 5 years ago. At this point in the game in hip hop, you gotta just be responsible, be accountable for your material, be accountable for your business, be accountable for everything that's surrounding around your brand, be accountable for the people that you're around, because at the end of the day, you surround yourself with individuals that are weak-minded in this business. It's going to show on you. It's going to show your age. It's going to show your fatigue. It's going to show that you don't have what it takes to continue to lead your own rush. You feel me? And, that's just my take on it.
I think just the last thing is I hope that we just get less more away from just scrutinizing age, just because it's like, since music is lifelong lasting, there shouldn't be like a window on like just because of your age, you know what I'm saying, for you to be able to have some success. You know what I'm saying? Like, just like Raz was saying, it was just like Billy Ray Cyrus is able to just hop on the song, you know what I'm saying, at whatever age he's at, you know what I'm saying, and he's on the #1 song in the country for the 17th week in a row.
You know what gets me though, bro? What gets me is this topic right here that we're discussing. Many people don't understand what they're doing is we're paying attention to our peers versus paying attention to the vibes that we're creating for the people out there that do listen. Have y'all noticed that? We pay attention to what everyone else if this artist over here, that artist over there, we're paying attention to how they feel, what they think, what they're assuming, instead of focusing on the vibe. Because music is all about the feel. We cry to this, we celebrate to it. We use some of this for graduations, homecomings, Mother's Day. And we just need to focus on making timeless material enough to where it's like, okay, we're not even focused on age. Look at James Brown. God rest his soul. He was creating music for the longest. Why can't we do it in hip hop? You feel me? Michael Jackson, same thing. Prince, same thing. Like,
it's just hard to tell those things because those are.
But we need to, like we were talking off air, as a black community, we need to look at the content besides the street content. We need to see other things. We need to say, hey, at the end of the day, this man is still making great music. It doesn't have nothing to do with killing nobody, turning no girl out, whipping this, or got his young boys out doing this, and that. We need to focus on the growth. At a
just like
point,
everyone's own personal accomplishments. You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah. Anyways, we'll move on from that one, man. This week we saw on social media everyone doing like these little hip hop type of style quizzes, man.
I was disappointed in some people. Gregory Cypher, very disappointed in you.
Hey, he had some good, bro. He had a lot. He made a lot.
He a hater.
You put one out, Mitch? I know you put yours out. You put one out?
I didn't put mine out yet. I'm still playing with it because
I've never seen so many people say Eminem's the most overrated rapper.
Bro, Wale.
Damn, I ain't never seen that much disrespect either. But I mean,
I know I'm the only white dude in the room, but I'm speaking
I'll say this. He has not released as many albums as some of the greats, but his body at work is phenomenal. Where he lost me at, he lost his stride once he signed 50 Cent. Once he signed 50 Cent, his music declined.
A little bit, actually.
Truth be told,
What was it, Recovery?
he was killing
One
it.
of those albums
He
was...
did Encore after the Eminem show. He did Encore after the Eminem show.
One of those ones he did when he was like back on drugs or back. I don't know. One of his later ones.
Relapse.
Was it Relapse or Recovery? One of those was pretty fire. One of those was pretty fire.
I was in Drake mode around that time.
Yeah, there was a
I was
couple.
in Drake mode around that
What
time.
year is that?
That was a 09.
Yeah, it might be.
I was 08, 09. I was in Drake mode.
But I mean, he definitely fell off. But when we talk about the art of rhyming and rapping,
Let's talk about it.
I mean, Eminem's top tier, bro. Like,
I would not give him number one though. We give the community itself.
tier.
I'm
He's
not gonna
top
say that,
tier.
but I'm saying
He's
you can't
top tier.
overrate. You can't overrate a top.
No,
top
definitely,
10
you're right, you're right.
lyricist of all time.
You're
That's not. I
right.
mean,
Granted.
yeah.
All right, Mitch, who's on yours first? First one, the first part of the quiz was rapper you think is most overrated.
Rapper I think is most overrated. I had a hard time thinking about this because, like, I don't know who, like, rapper I hold in high regard of skill level that I think people overrate, you know what I mean? I think there's a lot of, like, people that are popular that I think are overrated. So I don't know. What I put down on mine, because I just couldn't really think anyone, was just A$AP Rocky, just because he's taking
Oh, I
L's.
said the
He's
same.
taking L's already.
Yeah.
But I also think, as a top-tier artist, I don't think he's that. His first mixtape was incredible. And ever since then, he's been pretty dudley, man.
I agree with you on that one.
A$AP Mob has had some highlights, which I feel like keeps them all rolling.
Yeah.
I would say Ferg is actually maybe the leader in the music.
He is.
Yeah.
He is.
Which is kind of weird.
100%, which out at the start you would have never thought.
I kind of saw it coming. Once Rocky started taking a back seat a little bit with the material, started being more in the fashion lane and interviews. I seen Ferg working hard. He did a Joe Budden interview, pull up or something like that. And he just said, like, his business wasn't together at first, and now he's striving to get more since he got his business back together. He learned how to, get organized and stop focusing on what Rocky's doing and so is doing. He focusing on what he needs to do. So yeah, him doing, and they dropped the what was that project? That first A$AP Mob project that came out like 3 years ago.
I had all of them on the
It
front.
had the Runner joint on that. But Uzi Vert, that joint was so hard.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
It was a dedication to what's their man's name?
Yams.
Yams. Yeah. I forgot. I had Lamborghini high on and all that.
That's fire.
Yeah.
All right. Go down
the list. All right.
So next one, what? Next one's underrated.
Rapper think been underrated for years. Joe Budden, top tier lyricist,
yeah.
top tier
Let's talk about it.
lyricist, makes great music,
Yes.
has a
Yes.
point, has a lot to it.
Yes.
Consistently shout on,
I
but he
agree.
is top tier. Rapper I like, Freddie Gibbs. Man, solid catalog. Rapper I secretly like, French Montana.
Secretly.
Yeah.
Secretly.
You
Yeah,
gotta
man.
secretly like French?
I mean,
His album.
You can say Meg Thee Stallion.
man, French is kind of like, I don't know, but when he gets over them wavy, hairy frog beats, bro, it's over, man. It's over.
Yeah.
It's over. Rapper I can't stand Tiger, bro. Do-do-do-do-do. Favorite rapper currently, Nipsey Hussle. Favorite rapper all time, AZ. The GOAT, Jay-Z. And rapper I slept on, the Baby. I know he's just now popping, but both y'all been talking about him for a couple months.
We're about to flashback.
And I didn't.
You want the rewind. Rewind. I appreciate you giving that up.
That's all I'm saying. Y'all been talking about him, and I ain't really know much, but
Nah, he's guard body karate, bro.
Hit your list, Feez.
All right, rapper
Sensitive
I
list.
think is overrated. A$AP Rocky. Rapper I think is underrated. Freddie Gibbs. Rapper I like, the Baby. Rapper I secretly like, Meg Thee Stallion. Rapper I can't stand. I gotta go with Trippie Redd on that one. Favorite rapper currently is a tie between the Baby and Freddie Gibbs. Favorite rapper of all time, Jay-Z. GOAT, Jay-Z. Rapper I slept on. I don't sleep on anybody, so I passed up on that.
Wow, he's awake.
I'm very woke.
You don't get tired.
I know my bars, bro. I know my bars.
I don't even think I got one on overrated right now. I think we dispelled that before the
Yeah.
show. I was gonna say Chance at first.
Yeah, we were on that topic. Yeah, definitely.
I was gonna say Chance at first, but then I really broke it down, and I had to remove him from that list.
it's kind of hard, man. It's kind of.
Because he's just feeling real quickly. He's just feeling a whole different lane.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He's so uniquely himself that you kind of just have to judge it on his own.
And that's the problem with most rappers you don't like or whatever is like they feel when you break it down, they fill some sort of void or some
Right.
sort of sound.
Well,
Where it's like I can't really knock
everyone's a
them.
preference rapper now. You know, have you
Right,
noticed that? Like
yeah.
if I said Quavo was overrated, I'll be wrong because Quavo is strictly for the strip clubs. You don't hear Quavo trying to give you bars. You don't hear Quavo trying to give you a crazy cadence. I could say that about Takeoff at this point, but you know what I'm saying? Like I was expecting Takeoff to have a dope solo project, but everyone is, it's a preference game right now.
All right, man. Rappers I think are underrated. I think Wiz is super underrated, just all time. I think Joyner Lucas underrated.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think Roddy Ricch underrated, but he's
Okay.
coming up. I think the young boy YBN Cordae is underrated
Okay.
too.
Yeah, he's very underrated.
Because he's kind of taking that top spot over Namir.
Yeah.
Or YBN Namir. You haven't heard as much
Yeah.
noise
He's been working on his joint
about
too.
that. Rappers I currently like: Drake, Chance the Rapper. I like the Baby. Rapper I can't stand. I don't know. I'll just go ahead and say Lil Xan.
I'm with you.
Easy one.
Rapper I secretly listen to. Is he a rapper? Is he not a rapper, man? There's a couple little Nas X songs that I be rocking with.
Okay.
And he's got the one coming out.
Call me on that one, right?
Exactly. That's
That's
it.
both line.
Hey, yeah.
Oh,
Eagle
Real
Rock,
Eyebrow. Real
no.
Eyebrow. He got the one song,
No, he has a
the
couple
rodeo
joints.
song.
He has a couple joints.
He just released the one EP.
Yeah, the joint he did over
brother messed
over
with
the man, I can't even
Your
think of it.
brother
Over
like
the
one of
Nirvana
those-
type
like,
remake. That was hot.
Wrestler, not Cedric Alexander. It was some cat. I was like, what is that WWE? I was like, yo, that's my buddy from WWE.
Favorite rappers all time. What? I mean, I guess I had a little bit different quiz than y'all. I seen someone who was like
Whoa,
favorite
hold
rappers
on,
all
what?
time and then goats. I'm gonna just pile them into one.
I got goats too on mine.
I'll put two categories of goats. I put Tupac and Jay-Z in the same category of goats, and then more new school. I think Drake, J. Cole, Kendrick, all living legends, man.
Yeah, I only do one person. I gotta stick with certain people. I'll go hard body for. Like J. Cole for me, I'm definitely.
He's gonna be a GOAT.
He's already a GOAT
He
in my eyes. Like he's already one of those guys. I remember he dropped some shit said, I only want to say it on the air right now, but it was on the Ghostface Killer joint.
He was on the Ghostface Killer song?
It was a mighty healthy. It was a mighty healthy beat.
Oh, okay.
He said, "You gotta be out of your mind, a savage over this cabbage. You really think I'm finna let your ass shine?" I'm like, yo, this dude goes hard. And this was like 09. Yeah, and I was like, yo, whoever signs, they're like, oh, he signed to Rock Nation. I'm like, what? Okay, like, and you see the progress from there. We're going.
All right, let me finish my list, man.
Well, pardon me.
Rapper I slept on. A Boogie with the hoodie. I slept on A Boogie.
You slept on A Boogie with the hoodie?
I slept on A Boogie, man.
You've been in Drake mode for
I
too
still
long.
don't. Hey, that's my guy, man.
A Boogie, bro.
I gotta
Come
keep
on,
Scorpion in rotation every day. But I was sleeping on A Boogie. That's my joint too.
I know, shit.
That's my joint too.
That's a joy.
No, I still don't listen to A Boogie that tough, but
Okay.
I like what I hear from him. What is
Sir.
the last one? Man, you about to get took.
Whose name is that?
You about to get
Whose name is
straight
that?
took.
Radio guy.
He's jamming the
Let's see.
The custodian.
Favorite producers. Y'all didn't touch on that.
I didn't.
but
Oh, I didn't even see that.
I see certain people do it.
The producers that I put down, I put Metro, put Southside, all 808 Mafia,
Yeah.
Murder Beats.
Yeah.
I like a lot more, but I think they dominate in a lot of the.
I like the
tracks
YouTube
right now.
producers.
I love the
YouTube producers. That's
man.
that's your favorite producer all time. The
I
YouTube
love-
producer.
Oh, right now. I'm gonna just say right now. My favorite producer of all time, man.
Shout out my nigga Belden, man, down in Houston.
Ooh, okay, I see you. I gotta say, I've always been a Neptunes fan. I've always been a Neptunes fan. Like they just, when they working with certain individuals, bro, they bring the best out of them. The whole Clips Have No Fury album was crazy.
Virginia.
Yeah, VA, shout out to VA, Richmond, Hampton, all
Just
that.
Blaze.
Bad News. Just
No
Blaze.
surprise, Just Blaze.
I heard some news about Just Blaze recently too.
I don't want to hear it if it's not good news.
It's good news.
All right.
Him and Cam.
That's it.
Yeah, I'm not throwing it out there.
That's it.
That's not my headline.
Last one, man. Favorite group. I just gotta give it up to the Migos, man.
Hold on, you got a group? We didn't get groups.
Favorite group. What's our favorite group?
My favorite group? G Unit.
Wow.
I mean, the Rockefeller Dynasty, does that count as a
Bro,
group?
no. We not. No.
They don't count.
Jay didn't do them right, bro. He didn't treat it like a team. He treated it like, yeah.
All right,
yeah.
so
Go do the
group,
Doja work.
I mean, it's going to be a tie between Mobb Deep, the Diplomats,
Okay.
and Gangstar.
Okay, all right, here's my tie. D Block, Dipset, G Unit, and
On the locks, too.
and Team Arliss.
I like all the groups.
If you pay attention to mixtapes like Team Arliss with Arliss
Yeah.
Michaels and them, I was a fan of that.
I'm gonna have to go Migos, G Unit, TDE.
TDE.
Oh, yeah, okay, that's a good one.
There's too many click, man.
That's the all-star
too-
lineup.
yeah.
My lineup killing y'all.
You got Golden State Warriors over there.
That's
TD
the
might be the
Monstars.
best group though of the
That's
last
the Monstars.
out of the last 10, out of the last like 10 years. TD is probably the best group to come out
Yeah.
by far.
But as far as on all the way like they make music together is Migos.
Right.
I was a little disappointed with Kanye's little good music team because it wasn't like guest
Summer.
stars.
Good summer.
Crazy though.
Yeah, could have been crazy.
Kanye West and the Flunkies.
All right, man. Moving on, we got a new segment alert this week for episode 50.
Yeah.
Lunch Table, man. Feez the Germ. We got the newest track.
We got a
new
newest
track of the
track.
week.
True.
With Feez the Germ, man. Talk to him, Feez. What we
Man,
got,
with
man?
this new segment, track of the week, we might change the title of that just to get everyone familiar. Start
that's
off
just
with
what we
track
doing.
of the week.
That's what
Yeah,
we doing.
you
It's
know,
a new
but
track of the week.
I really picking out these songs, taking a few submissions, and shouts to people that submitted. Shouts to the people that I checked over when it comes to having great material. I'm going with my boy Skatey P off of his Skateland project. The song, y'all ready? Way Up.
Where are you from?
He's from Alaska / Seattle. Now he's in L.A.
Oh, Skate God?
Yeah, Skatey
He was
P.
from Alaska,
yeah,
moved
yeah.
to Seattle, now he moved to LA.
Got it.
Yeah,
I
he
don't know
rocking
exactly
in LA a little
what it
bit
is.
right
Got it.
now. I'm really fucking with this album.
I feel like I know that sample.
You like that sound too, right?
Hispanic dude?
Skate's black, but his pops is what do you call that? New Orleans Creole, yeah. Yeah, he look like Kid from Kid and Play with the high top. You know what I mean? Got the little retro look going. That's my dog right there, though. I'm really proud of him with this material.
That's a vibe.
Yeah, definitely some good
We
material.
doing one new track a week, or we doing 2 tracks a week?
Break it down.
We're doing one track a week. We just want to
One
see
track a week.
who's gonna step their game up and bring some good material to the table. I wanted to bring in a
Find Skatey P.
man. They can find them on IG, bro. They can find them on Apple. They can find them on Apple. I'm just giving out the tracks.
IG.
No, but all jokes aside, though, you definitely can find a young man on Apple Music. You can find him on Tidal. You can find him definitely on IG. Shout out to Skatey P, man. Good work.
Speaking of new music, man, shouts out to our girl Tessa Talks releasing her project
Hey.
this week.
Yeah, she was supposed to send something. She was going to submit. She asked me for the email. Didn't get
Apart to
that.
Chaos out now on all streaming platforms. Man, she came through to the crib last night. She had to shoot couple more scenes.
Oh, yeah?
Couple more scenes for a music video she's getting ready to put
Hold
out.
on, you said she came through the crib last night.
Yeah, because we had to shoot the scenes.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, your spot, right?
Our
Gotcha.
spot,
I'm just trying to
yes,
get my. Yeah, I'm trying to. Okay.
came through. We're in the woods. We're in the cut, so she needed the scenery.
Oh man,
In the woods.
with the 3 bears.
Got real spooky. She got something special with you.
Can't wait to hear that for real.
We got
for
5
real.
bears in there, man. We got
Oh,
Simba in
wow.
there.
Yeah, we got guys.
Yeah, I got the whole bro club in that moment.
Anyways, let's see what else we see this week. Meek Mill, Jay-Z. Looks like they're teaming up to create the Dream Chasers label.
Interesting.
What do
Is
we
it
think
still
on
going to be through is
Roc
Maybach
Nation?
/ Atlantic still involved?
Nah, I don't think so.
Well, they own like all of his catalog.
They still got
so-
a piece of it, but I think he's starting with a fresh new deal, possibly. We don't have the ins and outs yet until Ross speaks out on that, but I think it's a good move on the behalf. I think he got a blessing. They're like, if it's going to be with Jay, you're making the right step.
I wonder if it's going to be a joint though between Atlantic and that. I don't know.
I think it's going to go through Atlantic, possibly, but it's definitely not going through MMG.
Because you think, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I know Jay's going to structure it properly, and whether he's still working with MMG or not, I think Rick Ross is going to help structure it. Whether it's the best for him, I think I give Ross the benefit of the doubt that he's going to help Meek do what's best for him, whether that involves him You know what I mean? He's
I
gonna
can
put
see
Meek
that.
before himself.
I can see that.
I'm sure it's still gonna benefit him. In some
Regardless,
way.
he's still gonna get. He's gonna get that. He's gonna have that baby moment. You know, he's gonna get a little slice.
Anybody we'd like to see get signed to this new label? This is like that would have to be someone. Their buzz is like kind of just beginning right now. You know what I'm saying? They might be 6 months out. Anybody think we're ready to join that roster right now?
I want to see Lil Baby go over there.
I don't think he's gonna leave QC, man.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, but QC's just winning so
They're
hard.
taking.
But
They took care of bro.
they're taking care of everybody.
They take care of
Except for
everybody,
Skip
but they
and
really
Flipper.
brought him. They was like, no, Lil
Sick of
Baby.
the 50-year-old hater.
Lil Baby, he doesn't even. He's been in a couple interviews. He's like, man, I don't even really like rapping right now. But like, what's his name? Coach. He was like, yeah.
He said 50-year-old haters.
He was just like, man, hey, we're gonna turn this thing out. That's what they did with Yachty too, man. They know how to do it.
They do. They know how to bring the best
They got a
out of you.
blueprint down.
Yeah.
They got a blueprint down.
I don't see them signing anybody though.
I don't know.
It's gonna be someone we like don't know. You know, I'm trying
Somebody
to think.
hopefully not no one from Philly. I just don't want to see another Philly dude right now.
I want to see some.
Damn.
Yeah, I don't want to see. I mean, but like we can't say that though.
No, because Ross did a smart move. If you think about how Ross signed Pill, originally he signed Pill, Wale, and Meek Mill. That was a very
And he
smart
tried
move.
to sign
Wiz
Wiz,
Khalifa,
Currency,
remember? You remember? Yeah.
and Nipsey.
Oh, he tried to sign
think
him?
J. Cole, yeah.
Ooh.
He tried that whole freshman class pretty much. Ross tried to sign them like before the freshman
He was thinking
class.
retirement early.
He really, and that's why I got to give him foresight because at that current moment in hip hop, he really tried to sign everybody
But
that
when he
was
dropped
worth.
that pandemonium with Wale and Meek, ooh, that was different. But yeah, I can't see them signing anyone from Philly right now. I think they want to just their first signee. They got to make it a future icon.
I don't really know who.
I would sign somebody out of Texas, Toronto.
That's all I'll say. There's a couple up and comers out of like Houston and shit that would be a good. You know what I mean?
Just have that mindset that you want to sign someone. Your first signee has to be someone that's gonna want someday take over Meek's slot and go harder than him. You know what I mean? Or at least competing with the other top tiers.
I feel that. Well, that's going to do it for us here for the live part of the show here at Rainier Avenue Radio. Be sure to tune with us next Sunday, right at noon. Wow. What I'm trying to see is someone get signed and blow up off of getting signed. You know what I'm saying? Someone that we don't know. They get brought on. The only time the last person I can think about that.
Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Nah, because he had a little bit of wave on the World Star hip hop scene. You know what I'm saying?
you're right.
Working with Trippy, working with some other Florida cats and some other dudes who are like buzzing.
That Trey 5.
You know what I'm saying? The type of dudes that academics covers. You know what I'm saying? He's
Right.
bubbling all up in there. But like, I didn't really see when 50 came out. I didn't know no work before Get Rich or
Really?
Die Trying.
Oh damn.
He was buzzing on the mixtape
Yeah, he was
circuit.
buzzing.
So for me,
DJ
it
Clue and all
was
that?
like, damn. In the Club come out, Wankster come out.
No, Wankster came out first.
That was a single, huh?
That was for 8 Mile. That was for 8 Mile soundtrack.
Was it?
Yeah.
No, it was on his first album.
No,
Wait,
it was
wait,
on.
wait,
No. It was on the mixtape. I forgot which mixtape it was, but it came out a month before the 8 Mile soundtrack.
But it was also the single off his album that got scrapped, where he
Yeah.
had the pistol. He was out of focus. And it was
Yeah.
the pistol and like the crossovers.
Yeah. But nah, that was placed on the 8 Mile soundtrack as the leading single after Lose Yourself, I believe.
I don't even remember that.
Yeah, I remember that because I was
But I feel like he was. He was tossing the machine at a very high level.
He brought it
After
out, bro. I moved to
Aftermath, Shady
Atlanta when
Records.
the club came out. And that was the impact the impact he brought, bro. Was something
Get
different.
Rich or Die Trying, that's a classic.
Bro, the impact it
classic.
It's one of the
brought.
biggest hip hop albums of all time.
The branding they did with G on it for that, bro, was just different. He had everybody, and I was living in Atlanta at the moment. I left Chicago, and like the top of that's many homes, bro. The top of the 03, you know what I'm saying? Like it was just his impact really brought something crazy.
Yeah.
He brought something crazy to the business I've never seen anyone do besides DMX, Drake, and who else we got? Who else?
Ja Rule.
Reincarnated Lil Wayne. You gonna say Ja Rule, bro?
50 Cent.
I mean, I know your IQ on hip hop is kind of like shifty. I know you should know better, goddamn. But you gonna say Ja Rule?
That was just clowning, but if we really want to play it, 50 stole Ja Rule's whole style.
Not his whole style. Like, I mean, he took his shirt off and did some singing.
He took his shirt off and sung every hook.
But
And dissed the dude for singing every hook.
But let me ask y'all this though. When he did those mixtapes, you had the Porno Star joint. You had several other records.
How
that
to
Ja
Rob.
Rule, come on, we're not talking about how to rob. We talking about like G-Unit Mania. We talking about 03, 04.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? When they turn it up.
Later on.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like they really brought a serious impact. Even though he took Jai's style, he honestly did it better than him.
Yeah.
He gave you the content that you kind of like, I wish Jai did kind of give it like that because we would rock with him more, but he's...
The Ghetto Quran, man.
Yeah, that was dope.
Ashanti was kind of carrying John.
Yeah, she was. All the females was carrying him, bro. You really think
J-Lo,
about
he
it.
had a couple hits with her.
But see, J-Lo, we all watched the videos for that. I remember watching that a lot. Before I had football practice in the summertime, bro, I used to be like, yo, let me watch this real quick. Let me get motivated.
That's what I want to see. I'm trying to see someone get elevated. Someone get signed. It seems like the other person I can think of is like JID with Dreamville. Seems like his name has been way more.
It's not gonna go far,
elevated after joining Dreamville.
100%.
It's gonna be, yeah. I don't think he's that lane.
His flame is gonna go out pretty early.
I don't think he really cares.
He's
about
too similar to a Kendrick.
that. I mean, the cool thing about
He's dope, man.
TDE and Dreamville is they're all very much their own team of guys. You know what I'm saying? They're not like, it's not just a label where they have different personalities. You know what I'm saying? They're like, just their boys, and then we all make music together. Is what that feels like
Right.
with all them over there. But yeah, I don't know how far JID. I don't think he really cares. Just like Cole don't really care. But Cole just is immaculate, so he's at where he's at.
They know their lanes are solidified. Everyone's doing certain tempo level of beats. Everyone's delivering this kind of content. They're the only crew over here that's doing this. So it makes sense. There's always a lane for everybody.
But moving on from that, we saw. I just saw a video of Nicki Minaj being real chummy on IG Live with Megan Thee Stallion.
I love them twerk videos Megan be dropping.
You said what?
The twerk videos.
Megan, you drop it?
I said Megan be dropping.
Oh, I was like, what do you drop?
Bruh. Pause.
Damn.
Young man.
I understand.
I gotta go to the bathroom and drop it real quick.
Sound
Whoa,
like you
young
dropped it
man.
when the video come on.
Whoa.
Look like Nicki
Whoa.
trying to join the cool crowd again,
Y'all
man.
live.
She was
Nicki,
being
I mean,
friendly.
yeah,
I
of
missed it.
course.
She was being friendly with her.
She was trying to, they was like twerking on IG together, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. It
You know,
looks
fake
like,
booty, moments, hot girl summer.
It looks
Thoughtful
like
summer.
looks like she's learned a lesson, you know what I'm saying? Just be friends with the girls that's coming up.
Well, Nicki got to solidify her slot, bro. She knows what she has to do. But I'm gonna say this: Megan Thee Stallion, you can't stop that moment. That's a force you can't stop. That's something. Cardi B, it took some. They in the same city and the same
They
politics
both
a little
New
bit.
York,
Yeah, so you won't be able. You can finagle some politics. Say stop that broad over there. She can't be in my lane. But with Megan Thee Stallion, she was coming, bro. Her momentum, whether y'all saw it early or not, I caught it early or just off of IG shit. And I seen that momentum just coming. From the freestyles to the Houston freestyles to the...
I seen her freestyle.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Then when she used to dance every time when she would rhyme and all that, it's like, bro, like, her momentum was just going. So Nicki sees that as like, I don't have any contacts that can shut that down over there. So I have to commend it. You can't beat them, join them. You know what I mean? And commend her. Because she's young enough, and also, you don't want to get in that young girl way. She'll bite your head off.
You don't want no beef. You don't want no beef with Houston.
Shoot.
Nicki don't want no smoke with
Nicki,
the Prince
that's
family.
a big state. That's a big state to beef with. You know what I'm saying? That's a big state. That's a big artist. That's an artist you don't want to do that with.
And Jay Prince got connections in New York, man.
Don't do that, bro.
You don't want to play.
Don't do
I don't know.
Jay Prince ain't gonna slap up no female, bro.
I'm not saying that, but I'm just
That's
saying.
what you're insinuating.
No. I'm just saying he put a stop. Nah, man, he put a stop
Cut
to
the
it.
court.
Whose chain did he get back? Was it one of those dudes?
Steve Francis, right?
Nah. One of the YBN cats.
Yeah, he did. Oh man, Buddy had the $150.
He got that back in like 4 days.
4 days. Man, let that be me. I would have got back in. Nah.
He's in Houston. Come on, man. He got an out-of-towners chain back from New York in like 3-4 days.
Yeah.
Yo, but let's get to the next hot topic of the week, man. We had the XXL Freestyles, man. Speaking of Megan Thee Stallion, we have her
Young man.
along with the baby, and we had Lil Mosey and it was YK Osiris. That was part of the first group that got rolled out, man. What's the assessment? I want to hear y'all.
Hey, I'm gonna let M-Pyre
Lil Mosey, best XXL freshman freestyle of all time, bro.
Bro, hey, clap it up for Lil Mosey.
Jordan.
Clap it up. Clap it up.
Jordan from the free throw line-esque. The flu game. Bro, he summoned the... Nah, bro. He looks Shaq left-handed from half court, man. That was the worst display of. But you know what? It worked out for him.
You know what?
It worked out for him because all I'm seeing about the XXL freshman is people talking about how bad Lil Mosey is, and ain't nobody know him for spitting no bars, and ain't nobody know him for being a top-tier lyricist. And everybody's talking about him. Anyone who's listening to him does not care that he sucked at that freestyle. Anyone that's hating on him for the freestyle doesn't like him or listen to him already.
Right.
But now we're all talking about him, and I don't even think he went in there and thought about that. I think he just was high and keyed and was like...
He enjoying the moment, bro.
I watched his interview on Bootleg Kev. I don't know if you've seen that.
They
They were asking him about it. He's just the cool guy, bro. He's too cool to answer anything. He's one-word answers, two-word answers, mumbling out his mouth. He don't care.
You got to fart in the room to get a rise out of him.
He's just trying to be... He's trying to be the cool guy, but I applaud him for even making. That's what I'm saying. It was a good move because he's even in sucking it, he's owning it and still getting more momentum for it.
More power to him, man.
More power
to him. Let's get to these bars though.
Man, you already heard about the bars. Mosey out here, shut it down, bro. Shut it down.
I was impressed.
He rhymed man with man.
Yeah,
come on.
Goddamn.
Go, boy. Go. Just go. I like Megan. I like Megan's, of course. I like the babies. Blueface, let's talk about that one. Blueface, baby. Yeah.
He probably did he hold his own? Did he hold his own in his Blueface way the whole time? He lost it?
Compared to what everyone else was spitting,
bro.
He was one of the better. He was one of the better ones.
Yo, that should be at his biggest advantage. Being able to just come in and out of being off beat.
Bro. I'm just looking at this like I don't know. I didn't know what to think, man. I would have settled for NLE Chopper.
I didn't watch everybody else's.
Rico Nasty had one. Rico Nasty. I thought she was like,
Danny.
Yeah. Rico Nasty's a beast.
Both them killing it. The
baby's always, you know, he gonna do that same flow pattern every time, but it's always dope though.
That cadence, yeah, the cadence.
You know what I'm saying? Like you can't get enough.
Well, I'll say, because you don't know how true of a freestyle everybody is coming in with. You know what I'm saying? Is it a memorized?
Bro, all that stuff be. I'm gonna keep it a bean. We all
it's
know.
written.
It's been written since Jada.
That's what I'll say.
It's been written since the Hot 97
That's what I'm saying.
used to do the writtens.
Mosey came in there straight freestyle off the top.
Hey, that's what I'm saying.
He came in like, I'm coming out the top. I know probably everybody else in there came with some writtens.
Everybody came in there with a written, especially making the style and the way she flows.
Yeah, she very similarly has her own cadence style, just like the baby has his.
Exactly.
Like when you hear them on a song, you can feel their presence on the song. You can super tell.
They got that double cadence.
Oh, I tried to tell you, like it's Migo-esque. It is
Migo-esque.
You were tripping on me when I said that. What?
He was on his helmet that day.
No, it's like, you know what I'm saying? Because they bounce.
They do.
Exactly.
The moment I notice I'm running out of breath in the car, and I try to keep up with him, like,
you can't be running out of breath sitting down.
I'm driving.
What happened to the cardio, man? He's always done his cardio this
I did cardio yesterday.
Listen, man. When you move your foot from the gas pedal to the clutch, bro, you know what I mean? It takes a lot.
He don't even got a clutch. He's driving automatic transmission.
Nah, I did cardio.
Too much footwork.
I did cardio Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. I did cardio yesterday. Bro. Oh, man.
My cruise control isn't working right now.
Nah,
right leg got me all tired.
It was a joint. What's the intro? Taking it out.
Why are you trying to
Does this have to do with your cardio?
I'm talking about the record I lost breath on. I'm like, this dude goes a little too fast for me right now, bro. Like, let me back in and park the car real quick so we can get it right.
Oh, man. All right, before we wind it down, man, Mitch, are you hitting them with a piece of game this week, man? What do you got for him? What do you got for him? What are you seeing this week? What are you seeing that Cats ain't on? That's usually the
Cats ain't on, man. So I got one that's kind of been popping on the internet for a little bit. I've only done it a little bit, made a quick flip here or there. People be following like Gary Vee. He be talking about this shit a lot. But it's retail arbitrage. I don't know. Y'all know what that is?
Talk about it.
All right. So anyone, anywhere probably in the world, but can make money off this. So retail arbitrage is buying something at a retail outlet and then flipping it online for a profit.
Oh yeah, I do that with Billionaire Boy Club jackets.
And so you can do it with the hype beast stuff, right? That's a pretty common. You buy the Supreme drop, you get it early. I know you've been, and then you flip that shit later. But if you go to like a outlet store, right, like Nike outlet, Polo outlet, whatever, that particular region, what they have on sale usually isn't on sale in other regions, or not every item, right? So you can get let's do Nike. You might be able to find an Air Max colorway that's going online for $90 all day, and they're blowing it out at a Nike outlet store for like $45-$50.
Flight Club in New York.
And so you think about, what a popular size is, right? For men, like, 10 to 11, right? Is pretty popular.
9 to 11.
And so, 9, 10, 11, anywhere in there, you could buy one of those. You could buy a couple of them for $45-$50, and then you put that joint on eBay for $90. And you flip it and make double your money. And they even got apps where you can scan it. I don't know them because I haven't gotten that into it, but you can scan products in there and it'll tell you what it's going for and what the demand is online. But cats even be doing it at like Walmart and Target. They'll blow out, right? Like 80% off all board games, right? I know cats that have been going in there and buy every board game that's popular, Sorry, Clue, all that, and then they go put them online for full price. And sometimes the way it happens, like certain games get hot because Ellen will play with it on TV, right? And somehow Alderwood Mall, whatever, will have a ton of them, but they can't get them nowhere else. So you can sell that, flip that for 2 or 3x the MSRP, and you can get it for a deal. So, just staying up on it. If you go on the eBay.com, you say what you're selling, you could just type in Nike whatever, size whatever, and it'll start asking you what condition it's in. It'll tell you what it's going for at auction and what it's going for at buy it now price. So you could just be in the store doing your little research. And you got a little bit, you got $100-$200, you might be able to double, triple that up on a Saturday if you got some free time.
It's worth it.
Well, that's Mitch's piece of game of the week, man. We might have to call it What Cats Ain't On. We're still working on the segment or the track of the week, man.
He said money Mitch's millions.
Last thing we got, we're gonna have the West Coast Week Tour coming up, man. Speak on just the dates and a little bit more details.
West Coast Week Tour. Oh man, you got to make me pull up the dates real quick. So the West Coast Weed Tour, is a content tour. We're in search for the best in legal cannabis on the West Coast. We're going from Vancouver, BC, through Washington, through Oregon, through the Bay to LA. So it's British Columbia, Washington, Oregon, and California. We're looking at top shelf cannabis in each of those states and province. And we're looking at what weed looks like because there's different regulations based on state by state and then Canada versus the different states down here. So we're going to look at what weed looks like, how that affects the quality, what the top tier bud is looking like in terms of packaging, branding, what the price is like, who's really got the good smoke. We'll be touring dispensaries. We'll be touring cultivation facilities and looking at that state by state. And then we got some events. Let me pull up the dates.
Let's see. The keynote ones here for everybody local here in Seattle. If you're able to make it out east, September 7th. That's going to be the Spokane.
Well, we split those. Seattle's September 7th.
September 7th?
And Spokane will be September 14th. Portland will be September 21st. And then the Vancouver, BC will be October 5th. And then I believe the Bay Area will be October 12th. And then LA, we're doing a mansion party in Bel Air on October 19th.
I'm trying to do that, though.
The podcast is going to be live.
Yeah. So, Lunch Table will be coming to most, if not all, those dates. And we'll be getting lit in a couple of different cities. And if you're an artist in one of those cities, feel free to tap in with us. We'll get you the invite. You can pull up. Show us what the good smoke is in your city and connect with some dope brands and some like-minded individuals.
Yeah, hit us up, tap in with us. Seattle Lunch Table on Instagram. Feez _ Germ, M-Pyre P, Caj Encee. You can get in with all of us, man. That's gonna do it for here this week at the lunch table.
Hey,
we'll
hold
see
on,
y'all.
young man. Remember
Who
that
got?
segment?
What?
Remember that
Oh,
segment
man?
we talked about?
What?
Young man.
What?
We talked about that
Which
segment.
one? Which segment?
All right. You can win a date with Caj Encee, right?
What are we auctioning off, man? What did you
Yo, we
do
taking
there?
donations. If you get a hip hop trivia right, you get to go on a date with Caj.
What's
pay
the
for the
question,
Uber.
man? I'm not agreeing to this.
You whipping, so you good.
I'm
You
not
get to go to
agreeing to
Five
this.
Guys with Caj. You know what I mean? Like,
Get the Cajun fries.
I'm not agreeing to this.
You're not like, oh,
I'm
come
not agreeing to
on.
this. Hold on, we gotta hash out details. We gotta hash
Now
out
we
the
have to
details
paperwork
off air.
first? Okay.
Yo, but that's gonna do it for us here at the Lunch Table, man. Caj Encee, M-Pyre, Feez Track, man. We'll see y'all next week.
Wow.
Good day,
Outta here.
everybody. Good day.